Hello everybody, ScotsMaiar here, and welcome back once again to The Letter. So, let me just see where we last left off. We were about, let's see. Oh my, we are more than halfway there. I was expecting this to go on for at least a little bit longer, but hey-ho, we got this whole bunch of stuff to do, and one choice leads to another, as they say. Alright. Okay. Right. And the journal, let's just check the journal. What day is it today? if you guys know what I mean. Let's see. It don't look right. No, alright, this should be exciting. Alright, okay. Alright. Aha, right. Alright. Problems. Okay. For 2 nights I've had trouble sleeping, but it's for only one morning when fatigue has already let me rest. That's when I'm reminded of what terrifies me so. October 26th, a Wednesday. In my restless dreams I see that mirror, the one in the study, and in it I see her, I see them. Lorraine and Han. What the heck? And a look.
Oh, pathetic Marianne. Work, work, work.
Okay.
She'll work herself to death. See, she doesn't listen. That's all she did. Look at what happened to me.
They talk among themselves with cruel smiles and venomous tongues. Right, she's having a nightmare. Or rather, to themselves. 2 heads, 1 body. I thought it was a 2-headed monstrosity of some kind. A horrible mockery of those women. As they were the old and the same. They were one and the same, rather.
More's the pity. Life goes on and goes out, and she doesn't even see it.
Sure, right.
Do you think she'll even realize when she's kicked the bucket herself?
When they say a person has a hard time telling that when they're in a dream, it was true often. Yeah! Yeah, that happens! Even when this is our sight, even with the most obvious implication that it isn't real, I can't help but feel distress.
Likely. Is that any way to live at all? She might as well be dead. Cruel fate that she's alive and I'm... well...
Though they speak into each other's ears, toned low and hushed, I can hear them as just clear as day. Their whispers pervade the air, heavy and oppressive. They bury and dig into their heads like tiny maggots, worming their way into my skull. Oh no, they're looking at us! They're looking at us! Eyes turned towards me, I can only feel small under my scrutiny. Caricature smiles etches on their faces, mimicking each other grotesquely.
Come play with us, Marianne.
Oh, Marianne! How long have you been standing there, dearie?
Long enough to be creeped out, thank you very much.
Come join us, Marianne. We won't bite.
Are you sure about that?
Unless you ask, that is.
No, I prefer not to be bitten, thank you very much.
Have you been looking at us? Spying?
I'm assuming Marianne did.
How scandalous. Such a naughty girl.
You heard the Marianne. Naughty girl. I slap your wrist.
I'm sure you were just waiting for something lewd to happen, weren't you?
Ew, stop it.
You know she will not admit it. She thinks it wrong. You've said it so yourself.
Right.
Yes. She thought me wrong, impure, abnormal, because I loved her.
Right. This is what happens when you get in the wrong type of relationship, Marianne. This is creepy. That mirror that holds some cracks, lying spidery across the surface. This is creepy.
Do not lie! We know the gluttonous thoughts you try to deny, girl. All those desires you bury beneath that sickening guilt. You act the martyr when you turn the bed you lie in into your own hedonistic hell. You are nothing but a tainted soul with filth-stained flesh held together by falsehood and pride.
They look livid. Oh, and it looks like they would lunge. Well then. It was only just a nightmare, so I travel back to my room. Will they come back? I pray not. Open my eyes. It was only just a nightmare. Oh, thank heavens. Oh, the cat. Oh, what a refreshing sight. She is the overlady of the cats, queen of despair and destruction of nice furniture. So I can't stay mad at Her Majesty, because it feels like she did something good this time. Yeah, getting me out of the nightmare. I was having a nightmare, but I can't remember what it was about. Yeah, that's a funny thing about these dreams and nightmares. The moment you wake up, you more or less instantly forget what it was all about. That's weird. Although, someone told me that God engineered dreams into our minds because that's our way of putting our mind at rest and processing thoughts properly. Trying to recall, you just hit my stomach. Maybe it's probably better that I don't remember.
Good morning, Baruthiel. Who's a good kitty? Are you hungry? Is that why you woke me up?
A content purr comes from my sweet dear before she jumps off my bed and trots towards the kitchen. On the other hand, it takes me a bit more before I roll out of bed and start my day. Mornings before work is also a quiet affair. Shower first, then a mug of coffee, and a bowl of oats. I love that porridge. Sometimes I do stretches, and I also check my work email. The Wrights will be moving into the mansion today. I don't think the paperwork is officially done yet, but it isn't too far-fetched to think they were allowed to start their move despite that. Rich people like them will always find ways to get what they want after all.
I'll be leaving you again today, Beth. So you behave and make sure not to shred up my new covers, okay? And don't worry, I didn't forget tomorrow is Black Cat Day, so I'll throw you a party.
Yay!
But only if you behave like a proper lady.
She barely gives me a glance as I say that before going back to her own food. Cats. Memory. And before I give you deja vu of the awful movie, still better than humans most of the time. Too bad I have to work with humans. You really are a cat person. You're a cat in disguise as a person. And here we are. The foreman, one that I've recommended to the Wrights of his work ethic, is early as usual. Already he's instructed men here, and they are with the bigger loads. I have no chance to talk to him as Mrs. Wright appears and greets me with a smile.
Mrs. Wright, I hope everything has been to your liking thus far.
Good morning, Marianne. It has been delightful, and these men have been very helpful. Look at all this. It's so busy here. I'm getting tired just looking at them go.
No complications so far with the movers or the previous owners of the mansion, I hope?
If anything, the only one being problematic is Luke, if I'm to be honest. He can be such a diva, but I do like that about him.
Divas must stick together. Especially Luke, who's more of a diva.
Oh, do be careful with that mirror. We wouldn't want anyone getting hurt because of broken glass. Why are you even having it carried around?
Oh? You did say you didn't want the mirror, and I keep getting distracted by it.
Looking sharp as always.
If I'm going to turn the study into my office, I'd rather not have it there. Where can we put this?
Somewhere where it's suitable, I guess.
Well, you are not putting it in our room. Why don't you go, I don't know, put it in the wine cellar for now? We can figure out if we'll store it in the attic or somewhere else later, yes?
Yeah.
You heard her, boys. To the cellar it goes. Mush!
Mush, mush, allez, to tweet. No. No. I'm getting chills. For those of you who happen to have not seen my series up until this point, said creepy lady, see, you know, the creepy ghost lady that's haunting the mansion, giving all our heroes a bad time, putting them through the spiritual test, that ghost, she made an appearance in that painting, I guess? And then she just completely disappeared. Nope. 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 No. All right. Okay, thank God. No jump scare that time. As soon as they go into the kitchen, I realize I'm holding my breath. I let out a sigh of relief, and I think nobody is looking, and I go back to the task at hand. It's a terribly busy day. There's no need for me to even think about anything else. I talk with the foreman, fill him in with which room it is. It seems I'm doomed to not getting to any significant work done without being interrupted when it comes to these particular clients over.
Marianne, dear, have you had breakfast yet?
I don't know, did she?
Well, I do believe it would be considered brunch at this hour.
I mean, we should have breakfast by now.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Wright.
You must join me. Johans has already been breaking in the kitchen, as they say. I do not see the others settling down for a meal anytime soon. Someone might as well enjoy the food while it's hot.
Fair enough.
And that someone might as well be us.
Yeah. You mean some people, rather. I should say no. I really must say no. But the way she smiles at me makes it difficult to do so. Look at how ridiculous I'm being. Acting like a silly, nervous schoolgirl with a crash. It's just brunch. Who am I to say no to a client? It would be impolite to do so. It's not like I'm going to agree because of anything that other than priority. I'm not agreeing just because she batted her pretty eyelashes at me.
If you insist.
It really isn't any of those. Just the food. Something about her eyes, rather. Okay, not the eyelashes, but her eyes. Yes, those alluring eyes. She looks like she needs a good talk. A friend. Oh yeah, that's right. Because you can always tell the look of an emotion through the eyes. Eyes are the windows to the soul, and she can say into her soul that she needs more marriage counseling. Yep, I think it's about due time for that. Alright, marriage counseling, away! Because pretending I care might actually lead to actually caring. Being alone in the same room as the missus leaves me reeling as I find myself paying too much attention to her. I seem so borderline unhealthy. How much I'm getting obsessed, even if it's just by looking. And it's the little insignificant things that I notice, like the way she plays with her hair and how smooth and moves down her dress.
Up, higher, come on now!
Stop spying on her dress! Whiskey's annoying voice in the other room helps me put me back to the ground. Okay, he's there for a good reason. Right, thank you, Luke. Thank you for keeping us sane. Hopefully we'll have another two-headed woman nightmare. I'm just looking, aren't I? I know that someone like her wouldn't even look at someone like me. Still, there's some time to turn around this bad decision.
I'd really like to thank you for inviting me to breakfast, Mrs. Wright. But I already ate, so I should really go back to work.
Nonsense! You arrived so early, you must not have gotten a proper meal. Sit. I'd situate us in the dining hall, but it is a mess right now.
Some people are just irresistibly insistent. Her concern is sweet, as is her smile. But I'm really not here for idle chit-chat, something I keep forgetting. Oh, now that. I'm not gonna lie. That looks tasty. Poached egg on, whatever that is, with some olives, tomatoes, lettuce, some, what looks like, what's it called? It's vinegar on goat stew or something, and with orange juice and tea. No more, no less. Just be polite. Thankfully, the conversation steers into topic. I'm comfortable with work. This goes on for a bit, and I can't be more relieved. Most people don't understand, calling me a workaholic, but I choose to work in a field I'm enthusiastic about. So what if my career is also my hobby?
But no, really, how have you liked it so far?
From a fashion designer standpoint, so far, I must say, not bad.
Oh, it has been wonderful, believe me. Everything is going smoothly too. It has been a long time since I've worked on something on this grand a scale. Nowadays, everyone is about condos and flats, living in the city where every room is an identical box.
So this is refreshing for her.
Believe me, this is very refreshing.
We lived in a condo before this, Marianne.
I didn't mean any insult.
It's fine, sweetie. Look at you, all frazzled. I was just pulling your leg.
What a joke. Yeah.
Luke wanted that penthouse when we got married, and you can thank him for purchasing this place as well.
Wait, doesn't she own the house? I'm pretty sure. No, they both own the house. I have no business with it though. It's theirs to hash out. But apparently the momentary confusion has been visible in my hand.
Don't be fooled. I'm just the treasury. I wouldn't be able to make a purchase this grand without his seal of approval.
Oh dear.
I see.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
Yes, what else is there to do it? Without warning, this nice friendly chat devolved into something horrible. Something sad.
But I really don't know what to say, Mrs. Wright. We were talking of no topic in particular, and...
Luke. We were talking about Luke.
About him not eating breakfast with you?
About him treating me as if I were some treasury.
Oh, I think she's about to cry or something. Despite my general dislike of the upper class, I sometimes feel pity for them. She looks like she's about to cry or something. They may have all the money in the world where material things aren't a problem, but they don't even seem what they've become, where they've ended up, or what they've done most of the time. It just goes to show. I heard a story one time that a man managed to buy everything he ever desired, and yet, by the end of it all, he said he was the loneliest man in the world. Terrible. Terrible. They shot in by their own trap, forced to play along with society's expectations, and do anything to stay where they are, and to keep where they have. A world where even people feel or are treated like they are mere possessions. When someone is at the top, the only way to go is down. I've worked with many Hannahs and Lukes and Whiskies, but I've never been in with one of them. I don't pretend to understand their world any deeper than that. I merely know what I've witnessed before. She looks lost, speechless at how she portrayed herself. My pity for the likes of her returns. Nothing but pity moves me as I speak before she can say anything else that might ruin her or break her.
I won't speak a word, Mrs. Wright. Not only am I contractually obliged to, it would also go against my principles.
We have standards as Irish fashion designers, don't you know?
This is no one else's business but your own, and it should be kept between the two of you.
Exactly.
And whoever you wish to seek counsel from.
Please, Marianne. You have to understand. These sort of affairs, if anyone were to know this, they could just twist it and we'll be ruined. All I ask for is your silence on the matter.
The way she practically begs me to keep quiet about it is disheartening. I have no plans of speaking about anything. I hear especially if it is about their private affairs. But the way she looks at me, the way she just expects some sort of fallout because of this, makes my heart clench.
Well, I'm keeping that information confidential as well.
It's not like I have any other choice, do I?
Thank you.
Ah, you're welcome. When the last of the food and drink is gone, the door opens as if on cue.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
Ah, that'd be Zach.
This was a wonderful meal, Marianne. You're free to return to your duties.
Thank you, madam.
I must excuse myself.
I must excuse myself also.
It was my pleasure. And thank you for the food as well.
She stands up to leave, and all I want to do is reassure her again to prove that I am someone she can trust. So, when she looks back my way, I didn't fight the smile that found its way on my face. I feel giddy. Oh, so giddy. But the feeling dies down afterwards as I sober up. Oh well, back to work. Soon enough, I find myself drawn to the kitchen where the right butler has returned to. He's already claimed the space and telling movers to back off, and none dares to question his proclamation either.
My kitchen. No kinder allowed. Little men running around with knives especially.
Talking to you, children. Knives are dangerous.
We do not want any accidents to happen now, do we? Good? Good.
Yes, we don't want to make any wrong choices in life, do we? I mean, it is a knife-wielding German stranded there. I don't think anyone would be insane enough to refuse his request.
I hope I meet the age restriction, or at least the height restriction, because I'm asking to be let in here.
You are allowed inside, McCulloch, but not the little ones.
Sorry. Okay, good one. That's a good one. Sorry, little people. Big people's priorities come first, I guess. The shake of my head and a roll of my eyes is all I give him. It's not like I'm going to be of any trouble to him. I just need to, look around, get my bearings. The breakfast has been a distraction enough. I don't even want to think about what we just talked about. I just need to get my head straight and get back to work. The movers work efficiently even when they're left alone, and they do quick work of their responsibilities. The head foreman comes, stand in the doorway to consult me on this or that, and I have to go and help out every now and then. But they pretty much have everything up for standards. They skip lunch entirely, not even realizing when they do so. Nevertheless, all is well as the butler gets to heating up the leftover bubble and squeak from breakfast and makes a generous batch of fish and chips for them. Most likely simple in comparison to what he serves to the rights, but well done nonetheless.
That smells good. Want to wrap up some for me to go?
Please! It's an idle observation more than anything. My thoughts, as they are, preoccupy me.
If there are any left.
Yes, quite.
One can't go wrong with fish and chips. Everyone loves them. Even my husband. And he's American.
Right. I really do hate getting up so close and personal with my clients. It's a distraction. It's obvious to me that I've gotten my priorities all wrong, and I can't help but think about what I heard, what I learned about the Wright couple and their butler. Very concerned. These things have a way of creeping up on a person. Thoughts, ideas, whether they are fact or fiction. They creep up and fester, crawl and writhe in a way that twists. Ugh, bad thoughts do that. Ugh. I hear giggling, delighted and mocking. They creep up and the sensation of fingers ghosting. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. Ghosting briefly on my arm causing me to freeze and hiss.
Don't!
I half expect her to be there.
Whoa, no need to scream bloody murder!
Oh no, even worse than a ghost!
It's just me. Quiet down before you break glass.
This is even worse than a ghost! It's just whiskey. No, it's not Luke, it's whiskey.
Don't do that again. Ever.
I don't like being scared, though I don't believe in the likes of... Really? Oh, really? I suppose you are still suffering from PTSD, but how do you explain that incident in the apartment with the help me message and the blondie ghost, eh? Eh? How do you explain that? Eh? Eh? How do you explain the creepy voice? Eh? Eh? How do you explain your PTS partner coming to life? Eh? Eh? And for him, I have nothing within reach. Or he would have gotten on friendly terms with something like a rolling pin.
What was with that reaction? Were you really scared?
You would be if you were in our position.
Has Johann's been telling you ghost stories? He just loves to scare people.
He already scares me with his mere presence.
Isn't that right, Brother Grimm?
Brother Grimm. The butler's expression is unreadable. I hardly see any emotion on his face to begin with, since I started working for the Wrights, aside from vague amusement. There must have been something there, though, judging from Mr. Wright's own content look. The expression of Mr. Wright's face is almost cruel. But neither of them spoke, even as Johann slaves the rooms to serve the workers of their late lunch.
So, now that we're alone, Marianne, what are you so jumpy for?
For goodness. Don't you have a wife to be attending to?
I was just thinking about all the urban legends the movers have been telling me about this place.
Oh, hey. That.
Don't tell me you believe in that tosh. They're nothing but tales made up to scare children.
So that they could keep away from our mansion. Maybe that's why they bought the mansion. This urban legend will be a perfect excuse for the children to get away from all of us. That's why I demanded not to have a children's room. No? Okay. Now I understand why they purchased the mansion with urban legend today. Now I get it.
Timmy, Billy, don't you dare go up to that big mansion and get in trouble there. The ghosts are going to get you.
That's a boring way to look at it, but that's usually what it is anyway, no? Like I said, I was just thinking.
It would be a relief, actually, if those rumors of this place being haunted is true. That just means I'm not going bonkers. Hearing, let alone seeing a dead person is exactly the symptoms of a healthy mind. Sure, it means that there would be such things as ghouls and goblins. But at least, I'd been saying, on the other hand, there would actually be a dead girl working around.
If you could excuse the inane question, Mr. Wright. You haven't noticed anything weird here?
Dead girl walking! Dead girl walking! A simple enough question on the surface. Yet I noticed the man stiffen as the question leaves my mouth. I wouldn't even noticed, as if I was watching his reaction intently, but in his eyes I see something dangerous.
It depends on your definition of the word weird. Are we still on the topic of this place being haunted? Because no, things have not started to fly around and we have yet to require an exorcism. I don't think my head would like to do the whole 180-degree turn thing.
Wait a minute. Yet to receive an... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Accompanied by Father Norman, well-known priest in Angelic and Christian communities, more approachable mystery by the youths. Found a mysterious letter in the attic, driven by fear. I'm just checking if anything's related to Marianne. Skipper Allen will introduce her. Marianne McCullough found his being a cause of the man's foyer before. Right. I'm a little confused in the order of events here. Right, because depending on the date, we've already hired Friendly Father to bless the mansion before he unfortunately got stalked by the ghost himself.
Well, maybe that, but no strange people?
There could be stranger things around here.
Aside from my usually weird butler and all the weird men traipsing around touching my things? No, not really.
Okay, at least someone agrees with me that the butler's weird.
Why do you ask? Have you noticed anyone strange while you were here? Because you must report it to Johans and he'll have security handle it.
If Johans has experiences with exorcism, I'd be happy to hire him.
But these reports better not be about ghosts and things that go bump in the night. I don't want to waste manpower on the boogeyman or senseless witch hunts.
Or you banging some other woman. Oh!
I'll keep that in mind, Mr. Wright. But no, it's nothing like that. I guess the mansion is just strange for me. It's a unique project.
No strange men or women lurking about then?
You and Johans. A dead teenager would technically qualify as strange. But yeah, the whole I see dead people thing isn't going to go over very well. Especially after I binge-watched Sixth Sense last night.
None that I know of. But I'll inform Johans immediately if something comes up.
I'm serious, Mint. You see anything, anyone suspicious, and you report it. Immediately.
Will do. Even if it's something about ghosts, I'll let you know.
I think that goes without saying.
The concern we have with the talk of security is quickly done. His arrogant, smug smirk returns. It is a bit subdued. Whatever smarmy remark or innuendo he has on the ready never comes through, as voices from the dining hall ring out.
So, is this a full-time job for you then?
Nah, I just freelance mostly, for magazines, newspapers, and events. So you can't really call it a full-time job.
Ah, that's Zach!
It's fun and it puts food on the table, but it's not what I really want to do.
Hold on. When did Zach venture into the mansion? Okay, it wasn't that time. It was round about here. Yeah, round about this time is where we're at, I think.
At least not all the time.
Oh wait. No, it was after this time. Yeah, it was around about that time. That would be the magazine photographer, I presume. And as always, Mrs. Wright talks in such a kind and cheery fashion, no matter who she's talking with. And she flippin' flirts with every single person. It certainly puts people at ease around her. It sounds like it's working on the photographer too. Hearing them, though, seems to put Mr. Wright in a sour mood. At least it's a small scowl as anything to go by. Oh. Okay, let's save the game here. Things are about to get deep here. Just, let me think for a moment. Right. So, just praying and thinking, honestly. Let's see. Okay. Try to lighten the mood. Ask if he's alright. No, ask if he's alright.
Hey, are you alright there, Whiskey? You're looking like you need a serious drink.
What is it that you want to do then?
Films. Documentaries mostly. But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right?
Alright. Seen your film.
I was working on the thing, actually.
I'm fine. Just a bit winded from all that moving about. It's been a long day.
And the day's not over yet. So if you can excuse the bloodness, you either shape up to help or ship out back to your room and let us do the rest of the work.
He hesitates, eyes locked firmly on the door that led to the dining hall. Even now, we can still hear us, Mrs. Wright, and the photographer chit-chatting between shots.
It's not my place to say this, but she really does seem to care a lot about you, you know?
Yeah.
There's no need to remind me of that.
Aww. I think that's the most genuine smile we've had from him all day. A strange smile appears on his face before he shuts his eyes and sighs.
Tell the workers that you're all dismissed early.
That's nice and all, whiskey. But we really shouldn't just take off. Delays aren't a good thing when it comes to big projects like these. The sooner we tackle certain issues, the better.
And I trust you can take care of these issues another day. Don't make me ask again, Mint. Just tell the others they can go home early, and to not worry, they'll still get paid the remaining hours.
I don't know what prompted this. What the air he's putting on, though. I know better than to meddle and prod further. Besides...
Fine, you're the boss.
Walking out of the kitchen, I just accept the fact that whatever he says will go while under the roof. Aha! There he is! There's Zach, there's Anna, and she's flirting with him.
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like Blue Fonzie very much.
People don't like a film about colours. I suppose they would have liked Blue Bibby a lot more.
Going to the foyer made me stumble upon the family butler once more, who raises a brow at my presence.
And where are you off to in a hurry, Miss McCulloch? The foreman is looking for you.
The Bratwurst wants us off the clock. He's dismissing us early because of... Oh, I don't know. He just wants us out of here.
I'll go and call a cab for you then. It would be for the best that you leave when he asks you to.
Thank you. I don't doubt it. And so, my ride back to the city doesn't get too long to get here. Granted, there are some difficulties at first, since the driver didn't know where the Imengard mansion is. He tried to have us hand over GPS coordinations with our smartphones or some other technobabble I didn't care about, and the butler didn't understand. Well, as soon as we told him it's that haunted mansion over in Anselm Village, he knew just the place. Sometimes you don't even need Wi-Fi. Sometimes you just need to use your sense of direction. And finally headed over, albeit with some hesitation. And back in the city we are. Luxburn City. It gives me willies too. I'd love to snap at him. But as soon as the thought occurs to me, another blossoms in the forefront of my mind. One that has somehow bothered me greatly. More than my exasperation over whisking this project, or wanting all of it to stop. There have been no Lorraine whispering over my ears today. Worse, I find myself searching for it. Searching for her. Damn New Earthy. Loose ends. Flippin' bloody loose ends everywhere. And that's Irish Gaelic there. I thought I've already moved past this years ago. It does nothing to help me curb my frustration. If anything, it only ensures that I want a stiff drink. And where else do I go to drink but the one and only pub? Yay! Tuesdays are for karaoke, Wednesdays improv. Oh, I love improvisation. Usually, it's these four guys who did hilarious games. The one with Irish drinking songs are always a crowd favourite. Though I love a good laugh, stand-up comedy isn't my thing. And without Cam or Haruna or any other distractions, I end up drinking a lot more this time. And when there's several bottles of beer in me, I get really, really embarrassing.
Hey! G! Psst! G, come over here. I need you for something.
It's a good thing that the bartender's a nice fellow. I probably have been kicked out of many other places by now, or worse. If push comes to shove, all he would do is give me an easy smile and a shake of his head, even when he's attending to other customers. Just like now.
Give me a moment, will ya? I gotta go check on her.
You sound like one of the Steve Bloom's character from Star Wars Rebels. He's some Asian guy. And I'm pretty sure I've seen him here before a couple of times, although he never talks to anyone except for you. Let me guess, the asshole? The girls used to be all over him too, but he always turned them away.
I'll be here. You go do that before she falls over.
Yeah, it's the asshole, alright. I've reverted to calling him asshole. Anyway, it's the Asian guy with that Christian gossip head. God bless him, with that furry hood.
All right. What is it?
I like your moustache. Yeah, he looks the kind of stuff without. You do have a dapper moustache.
Do you need someone to help you get home?
Bartender, pour the wine.
I think that's enough alcohol for you, little missy. I'm cutting you off.
The wine comes from the back of my throat as he pulls my bottle away. I have no hope of getting back once they're behind the counter. Even in my drunken mind, I don't dare hop over it because what little sense I have left knows I'd sooner take a floor dive than succeed in wresting a bottle from a sober man. But that doesn't stop me from trying to reach out from my arms like a stupid idiot anyway. He smiles and shakes his head, like I know he would, before going back to the other guy.
Right now, where were we? How you holding up, boy?
With no drink and no one to really chat with, I would have gone home, or gone to sleep in the bar right there and then. But I'm really ready to stand up, try to trek back home just yet.
Same old. I'm still on the Luxborn firm case.
Those blokes they talk about being in dark suits, whisking people into the night or some shit and all that. Didn't the media call it some ridiculous name in the morning news?
What is it this time? Wait, don't answer that. They've called it a lot of things. As long as people don't start running around claiming they're the Illuminati.
Uh-huh.
So, what have you got for me this time, G? Anything good?
Slow down there. You haven't even told me what sort of dealing dosh we got. Who are you looking into this time?
Their talk would have been interesting for me. Would they have kept my attention if I really care? But in my current state, I can barely give anything about the things going on around. All these words are just buzzing, barely surfacing from the sea of sounds that is the pub. And it would have stayed that way, perhaps even drowned, if I didn't hear his name.
Luke Wright. You know the guy. And don't pretend like you don't, G. It takes a special kind of ignorant not to know who he is.
That smug blonde who likes throwing round his money. He was just here a few days ago, as a matter of fact.
Oh, no.
Great tipper, if you think him just dumping a wad of cash on the counter after having too much whiskey counts as tipping.
Is he even a blondie? I think his hair is slightly whitish blonde, if you've ever noticed, just to show how smugly rich he is.
Why are you asking? He dirty?
Oh, yeah. He's dirty, all right.
You have no idea, G. He's probably the worst sort you can imagine.
Thank you. Somebody agrees with me. Flippin' right. Flippin' whiskey. Luke Whiskey Wright. Even without him around, I'm still hearing about the guy. What the absolute flip! Despite this, I find myself getting up and sauntering over to join them before I pipe up.
Is this smack talk about Luke fucking Wright I'm hearing, eh?
Private conversation here, lady.
There's only amusement on G's face. The Asian guy starts to look ticked off as hell.
Don't worry, Holmes, she's clean. And she might be able to help you with your, predicament.
Course. A drunk's just stumbled through here with what I need.
Yeah, very typical. But when she's sober, she can help.
Get real, G. No offense, lady, but you're smashed.
That's what I was gonna suggest.
I know, right? Nothing beats being drunk after a hard day's work. Especially when you're working for Mr. Luke Wright.
That's Mr. Luke Whiskey Wright.
So, she works for the guy? Doesn't that make her, I don't know, suspect?
See, have a little faith in me, why don't ya? I don't have much, and you might as well have something to go off. You're the one who was so desperate to come running to me for business.
Yoo-hoo! Still right here, fellas! 5'11", can't miss me. Unlike Shorty over here.
She is quite tall, right?
What's with that mad look? You want to dance, boy? You don't look like you can bust a groove. Maybe a leg, but with that fancy coat of yours.
That is a fancy coat, not gonna lie. He takes me off. I pop into the seat right next to him.
Don't try me. You can hardly stay on your feet. We don't want to ruin your fancy coat, do we?
Oh.
Ah, children, the both of you.
Such children.
But you're still standing after all that, are you? Matt, you see this giantess? She's a legendary regular here. Been drinking like there's no tomorrow.
She is quite tall.
I'm a bit jealous. Can't do that anymore or my liver will give out on me. Good with the mic, too. Don't see you much recently, but I guess you're always busy, aren't you? You're some fancy designer or something, if I remember correctly.
Wait, I know you. You were at the open house for the mansion.
Yeah, that's right. Marianne I'm a famous interior designer extraordinaire. Ooh, that rhymes. Anyway, you guys were talking about that weenie Luke Wright, right?
Or something. Can't really talk about it. I don't even know if I can trust you, even if G said you're clean. But anything would be of help.
Well, I don't gossip about my clients, if that's all there is to this.
You wanted to gossip about him a few minutes ago, Marianne.
And that was the beer talking, not Marianne.
You won't mind if we ask the beer a few questions then?
Maybe. Depends on who's asking and what they're asking. But seriously, that guy is abso-fucking-lutely frustrating.
Why else would you be here?
One moment, he's an absolute dickhead. And then he's acting like an actual decent human being the next. I just can't figure him out. I can't imagine how that pretty wife of his can put up with him. If I were her, I'd dump his flat arse straight up.
And I'm not just saying that because I think Anna's pretty or anything. Luke is a catch too. They both are. Why else do you think they catch the attention on the magazines? But I really cannot, for the love of all things holy, see how they can even work out together.
So, Luke Wright, have you noticed anything strange about him while you were working with him? Anything peculiar? Of note?
You're the one being peachy right about now, Holmes. But nah, nothing that comes to mind off the top of my head. He's just like most rich, smarmy arseholes and then some.
A giggle bubbles up and I press my cheek against the cool countertop with my eyes shut tight just because. Eventually cracking one eye open just in case they thought I fell asleep, I grin at Holmes.
So, Holmes, I'm guessing you're some private detective or something. Is it Hannah? Did she pay you to look if he's been cheating or some such?
Hannah's the wife, right? What about her? How is she?
How is she or how is she? Well and good. Definitely the nicer of the two and sexy as sin to boot.
Yeah, people tend to do confess when they're drunk.
Not a private detective then. Are you from one of them tabloids wanting to know if the Luke Wright doesn't know how to put his pants on right? Pants. I'd take the pants off of...
Here we go. Slipping. I haven't been this drunk in a long time. It's a miracle I've been coherent for as long as I've been right now. Yeah, it truly is a blessing indeed, as long as you don't blaspheme.
I'm asking you if you've noticed any odd behavior from her.
Odd behavior? What? I wonder how she'd be drunk. I can just imagine her like the giggly sort. What do you think?
Yeah.
These are serious questions, Marianne. Lives might just be at stake here.
What do you expect? She's smashed.
Why am I even doing this? This is getting me nowhere, G. She's not a reliable source. The chief, let alone the courts, aren't going to take the word of a drunk. This'll be dismissed, and I might be in trouble if they try to argue that I coerced a testimony out of her. This is a fucking train wreck.
You're a fucking train wreck now, if you ask me. Maybe it's about time you apply the brakes and stop for a bit.
If feeling's out of taste, it'll be bitterer than the beer I'm full of. It gets me thinking. Though thinking doesn't get me far as much as on my...
You know that's not an option. Thanks for being patient, McCullough. Good luck with your work on that mansion.
I'll come back when you're sober, perhaps.
Speaking of that mansion, There's something going on in that place. Something. As och day! No wonder Mr. Right likes it so much. It's as fishy as he is. Rotten bloke. Maybe that Santos girl is really onto something, eh? Suspicious shite, I'm telling you. Explains why she's so reluctant.
What do you mean that Santos girl is onto something?
Before I get another word, there's hands on my shoulders and everything starts to spin. I quickly slap my hands away. The best I could do would send him the foulest look I can muster.
Take your hands off me, pipsqueak. I'm not a lady who's shaken or stirred unless you want me up-chucking on your pretty hair.
Don't look that angry. She's still got the same embarrassed expression.
But it's just like I said. Are you sure you aren't brain damaged or deaf? Santos girl from BRC showed us this creepy letter. You know, just like those spam stuff you get in your emails. And we thought it was some joke or that the girl was just a bit too green to handle a big sale like that. You should have seen the look on their faces when they saw it. Whiskey, that's Luke fucking right, you get me? And the missus didn't look too happy either. I should have taken a picture and posted it everywhere. When rich snobs give you that face, no wonder the Santos girl went all mental on us. Working with them does that, you know? I think I'm about to. I'm not mental yet, am I? Anyway, just like I said, in that man... Hey, you okay? Holmes? You're looking a bit shaky yourself there.
Oh dear. And he really is pale. Paler than before, at least. I can see the gears turning in his head on over time. Ha ha ha. So he is working for... I wonder if you can actually email him. Honest, his name, Ashton Frey, and his number. Fairly young for a detective. Good job, Ashton. Detective Inspector. But he has second thoughts as he grabs it from me and slips into my pocket. Oh, hold on.
You're cute, pretty boy. But I prefer blondies.
Right.
Well, you're not exactly my type either, lady. But listen to me. If something comes up, don't do anything rash. If you think you're in danger or if you see anything suspicious, call me and the authorities as soon as possible.
Right. Will do. Thanks, Ashton.
You understand me? That's 99...
I know what the damn emergency number is.
Right, 999. Good.
Not that drunk.
Anyway, I have to run. See you, G.
Bye, G-Man. Yes, and do prepare for consequences. The guy is cooking his feet, already up and at him. As soon as numbers leave his lips, watching him as he maneuvers through the crowd of other pubgoers is enough to tire me out. Fastest he is, he's at the door and throws us a smile. That's all we get before he's gone. Just like that.
Oi, what about your drink, boy? I'll go put it on your tab then.
Holmes boy always like that, G?
Pretty much. But what about you? I suppose I'll put your drinks on your tab too. Don't want you to spill your wallets when you look like you're close to spilling yourself.
Yeah, and if it's fine by you, I think I'll go take a bit of a cat nap here. Just for a sec or two.
I'll throw one, because I'm a cat person and I have a cat.
Go right ahead. I'll wake you when I close up shop.
Hello, kitty. I know blues. I walked with you once upon a... I drunk booze, a gleam in your eyes is embarrassing to say the least. And I'm a cat person. Meow, 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 meow. There's a creeping us. The stocking on me, but not as much as the pervert named Luke. Oh. Oh no. Not again.
Oh, Marianne! How long have you been standing there, dearie?
A few seconds as far as I know. I got really drunk and needed to write down.
Come join us, Marianne. We won't bite.
You said that last time, but then again, well, you didn't bite yet, so, I suppose.
Unless you ask, that is.
Yeah, I'm getting a sense of deja vu from this. No, I still don't want to be bitten, thank you very much. Now that I can't get much sleep to begin with. October 28th, the Friday. Do people ever have the feeling that they're working on something they really enjoy, but still it eventually tires them out? Because honestly, I've been feeling like this.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne. Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
That's the way the fashion designers works. The professional ones, that is. Swiftly and with style. For those of you wondering what that's a reference to, that's a reference to the British sitcom show Hello, the Undertaker. Yeah. It's the Undertaker character who says that line. Swiftly and with style. Well, moments like these make all the hard work worth it. Definitely.
Well, I can't take all the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the right mansion.
At the right time, with the right people, if they were right about anything. The wrong attitude.
There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Maybe having a sleepover with Mr. Left.
Oh, no. We proceed with that room as planned. I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
We're only about halfway done, but the honest satisfaction on the client's face is enough for me to push through. Let's face it, in between my exasperation at Mr. Wright's antics and her, I've been burning the candles at both ends. I can't even close my eyes without seeing a dead girl's face. Dead girl. Dead. She's dead. I have to keep reminding myself that. Burying my feelings as deep as they've buried her. 6 feet. Oh. I shouldn't waste so much time as someone who's supposed to be gone. Pass it on to meet the maker. I've wasted so many years thinking about her already. There should be no need to bother myself with the dead, when I should be bothering myself with the living. Are you sure about that? Too bad the living are usually as complicated, if not more, than ghosts of the past, or the ghosts of the present, and the ghosts of Christmas future!
But don't you have a party?
That was perfect timing.
Yes. But Luke's just being a sweetie, you see.
Right, sweetie.
That friend he's visiting. He's having marital problems and he's just trying to cheer him up.
Even more than complicated when the living in question is a pair of rich and famous socialites way past their honeymoon phase. And I've been somehow roped into being a relationship counselor.
They've been married for a long time and they've hit how do they say it? A rough patch. His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband. But it's never enough for her.
Digging the guitar in the background.
Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark. What do you think?
I'm liking the glockenspiel on xylophone and the guitar in the background as heaven pours out in the windows there.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
Suppose it is. What would you tell me?
Then, I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle. But, if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else. Maybe he should try being independent for a while. See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself. Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone.
Exactly.
We shouldn't let our fear control our lives.
Unless you're Scarecrow. Why she thinks a single woman like me would be the best source of relationship advice is beyond me. But hey-ho, sometimes certain jobs just intermingle with each other. Like how Professor Layton somehow became a defense attorney in Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney. Still, I talk and answer the best of my abilities. Without realizing it, I'm already pouring out a part of me that I thought were long gone. Or it's kind of like how Mario the plumber can also play golf, ride carts, and be a refugee. I like to believe my words with some help to Mrs. Wright. If I'm honest though, there are some help to me, like some weight that have been taken off my shoulders. Lorraine?
I really should handle what's left of the work.
You won't be attending the party? Oh, you really must, Marianne.
The weight of what's happening to her hasn't yet left me yet, did it? Maybe.
I'll try to stay in chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies. Busy, busy, busy.
Yep.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you.
Nah, I'm getting deja vu. Is this the conversation that the two had earlier?
You need to say hello to the Lees, at least.
Like Bruce Lee?
If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
Well, thanks, martial arts. Maybe it's about time I changed that.
We'll see. So, if I can be excused?
Certainly. You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive. Because, believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
Though I shouldn't dwell on the dead, I shouldn't just callously forget about them too. Saying that, though, I have work left to do is an easy enough exercise to make. I know how other people see me. They see someone so obsessed with her craft that she would so easily miss things like a party for it. Outside the parlour, people hurry about there, and they're in preparation for the Wright's housewarming party. None spare me a glance as I slip past them, each working on their own appointed roles, not daring to slack off while they work for what is probably the most powerful couple in Luxburn. I get into the kitchen with ease, line cellar, blah 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 blah. Wait, I'm Marianne McCulloch, a lawful neutral cleric with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in charisma. Just thinking about it like that makes me a bit cheesy, but it helps with the fear. It helps overcome the insane thought that I'm actively seeking out something that has been plaguing me for years. I might face my worst nightmare, or I might see nothing and I find my self-imagined grand quest fall flat. And who would have thought that the gatekeeper of my final quest would be someone I thought would be a valuable ally?
Schnell! Hurry up, you snails! We are on a deadline and you are wasting my time!
The butler comes from the cellar and into the kitchen, tailed by a couple of others. People who I assume are most likely chefs and bartenders. He raises a brow seeing me just standing there by the hatch by the trap door. It almost looks as if he's going to throw me out for being in the kitchen without permission. But when he motions for the others to disperse and familiarize themselves with their surroundings, meanwhile he continues to stand there, preventing entry into the darkness beyond.
What are you doing here, Fraulein? This is not the place for guests or in an architect right now. I request you leave.
I was just looking around for any last-minute things, yes?
Like a secret passage to something?
Yes, you have been doing that a lot. Looking around, snooping about.
Ah, snooping as usual, I see, Sonic.
Now is not the time for such things. If you're not careful, people might think you are up to something.
I'm getting deja vu from that phrase. I feel like someone said that to me before in this game. You feel like you might be up to something. If life was a game book, he'd probably be the true neutral warlock guarding the treasure room. A difficult opponent to beat with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in dexterity.
Well, I'm not done yet. I actually need to go into the wine cellar. Just need a quick go at the place. So just don't mind me. I'll be out of your hair soon enough.
Go outside, enjoy the party. Bask in the praise and adulation they will no doubt shower you with when the madam speaks highly of you. Surely you've had enough of this stuffy old kitchen by now. You do not want to cause trouble. Both the bratwurst and Hannah want this to be perfect. It would be a disservice and a disrespect to toe out of line and risk it being anything otherwise. And more importantly, I will be blamed for any failure that happens tonight.
His intervention almost turns me away. Maybe this is a sign that I'm not meant to seek Lorraine out. But...
Please, I just lost something the last time I was down there. It's really important.
True.
15 minutes. 9. 10 minutes. Any longer and I'll pull you out of there myself. The Bratwurst will be furious if he thinks anyone is touching his precious wine without his permission.
I'm not about the wine. There's some kind of secret passage.
Thank you.
Right. You know, for some reason, I feel less scared to go into the wine cellar. I don't know why. Okay. Oh, look, there's the mirror. Oh, gee, this is gonna be great. Okay, get to the secret passage. Okay, secret passage.
Lorraine! Where are you, Lorraine?
Lorraine.
I miss you, you know?
Only silence replies. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Okay. Check out the secret passage. Okay, we don't have much long here. Oh, living on a prayer. On the verge of tears, I kneel in the middle of a dark, damp wine cellar and put my hands together in prayer.
May God grant her eternal rest and...
I would continue praying right now. Continue to pray, girl. Please.
Ooh, could it be an adventure then? A secret passage. There must be a hidden switch somewhere.
Yeah, there's a switch somewhere here.
Go look. This is the most interesting thing you've done by far.
A secret entrance. Although the idea in itself is inane, only makes this entire endeavor even more perilous. But I need to find a way to open it. Already I'm running my hands along the wall in order to find some sort of hidden switch. Guess she said a prayer and someone sewed up. Anyway, it didn't give when I tried to push it before, and I doubt that it would have changed anything time soon. But if there's a door, there's always a way to open it. Hopefully without the need to break it down.
Shame I can't roll for perception checks in real life.
It's such a silly thing to say out loud, though there is no amusement on my face, and I do check glancing at the mirror from my study.
Though a sanity check would be more fitting right now, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I want to back on the giants. Ugh. I really shouldn't let these kind of things bother me too much right now. If I don't continue looking, there's no point in me going down there. Indeed. Dirt and rocks stick underneath my fingernails in search, but there, a section of the wall about the size of my palm. It's just as well hidden as the hollow wall is. There's a switch, or a button rather.
Face it, Tigress. You've just hit the jackpot.
Oh yeah! The excitement I feel of the discovery finds me pressing it without a second thought. Okay. Ha. Right, so she said a little prayer. Her ghost PTSD buddy may or may not be showing up. Okay. So whatever I do now, it's not gonna result in... Okay, I guess I should have picked that other direction if I wanted the ghost encounter. Anyway, but I picked the safe route. Let's see. Something the same ending. Okay, if I stay, then there's not much point in me going down there. But if I go in... Yeah, let's go in. No time like the present, eh? I mean, fashion designer, of course, and when I see that there's another little detail in the house, I just gotta investigate it. I have to hurry, and I turn around when there's a crash. In my haste, I bumped into the mirror, making it fall into the ground, shatter into 100 pieces. Oops. Sorry. And poop. I hope this isn't an original piece. I don't think my insurance will be able to cover it. I can probably find an imitation and replace it and... Aha! Okay, this looks interesting. Okay. Interesting. On the other side of the passageway is an underground tunnel that has me mystified for a mere moment until I realize what it holds. If this hidden passageway has been abandoned over the years, who keeps lighting the torches? Probably the ghost. Why did I ask that? Sails closed off, heavy iron bars lining the sides. A general sense of death and decay lingers heavy through the years. Should have taken away most, if not all, the stench of the foul smell of humans and corpses alike being left to rot. Why would they have a dungeon? A breeze, most likely coming from the other end of the passage, that goes through is a thank for that. If the place has been enclosed like a mausoleum, I imagine the odor would be fouler than it is now.
Dear Lord in St. Adelaide, bless these poor souls.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Though the architecture of their time was magnificent, human rights wasn't exactly a big thing back then. Yikes. If the Ermengarde mansion has a place like this hidden away, who knows what sort of heinous acts were done down here? Yeesh. Yikes. There's no time to dwell on it further, though. Not when... Oh! Holy cow! Oh my goodness gracious gravy! I think she has more decent clothing this time. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, of course something spooky was gonna happen, but... Oh no. 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 Then the super smell of blood and gore hits me, making it so that I don't ever question how I missed it in the first place.
How long has this been here?
She casually puts up her swagger pose and with her coat.
Oh, that smell! Oh, you're a nasty one, aren't you?
Get down! Get down! It's that. Not so pleasant. Ominous smile. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's more like it. I break into a run. Run, 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 run. I try to keep on running no matter how much of my legs and feet scream at me to stop. I keep going, even when I look back and see nothing of her anymore, because I can still hear her. scampering off her feet. The words she tries to form from her mouth, and the painful sound of bones grinding against each other seems closer and closer to me.
How long are these damn tunnels?
Stressful horror situation with a ghost encounter. How long are these tunnels? Sheesh, this needs a makeover! There's a split second where I know that thing is right behind me. A strange sensation creeping over my limbs where her presence looms over me. And then suddenly, get down. I can't even do anything. I'm yanked by the hair and pulled back. Oh, darn. Long hair. Still I struggle up until I'm thrown to the side like a rag doll. Ouch! I hit the ground on my side and the musty smell of old hay that reaches me is the only indication I'm still alive.
Please don't hurt me!
Prepare for a jump scare!
What's wrong, Marianne? Are you really afraid of little old me?
Not again! There's a flash of hope. She can help me. Save me from that thing! But as I hear her smile, the same one that thing has, I know then that that isn't Lorraine. I am a fool to think so in the first place. I never could have been in her to begin with. Goodbye, my first love. The real Lorraine is dead. She looms over me, backs me further in the cell that I was thrown in.
What are you?
Your worst nightmare. Ah, would you look at that sweet relationship? Is that a camera? That's a camera. Lorraine turns and shifts into that thing from before. Ah. Oh! Oh, she was shapeshift! Dang! Flipping! Dang it! Our PTSD partner coming to life was the ghost all the time. Of course. With that same gruesome grin, it takes a step forward towards the cell. Towards me. I barely scrambled to my knees. That smile looks kind of derpy and cute, actually. Look what I did! You're in the cell now! Shouts for help ring out in the tunnels, but none of them are coming from me. I'm more paralyzed and shocked by what is happening. My throat tightens as if fooled by the image of Lorraine at the thought of being trapped down here. So then, where?
Help me! Help me! Oh, help me! Are you getting all this on camera, Carl? Yeah, but are you guys sure this is a good idea? We're breaking and entering here.
They wrote the letter?
Don't worry, the owners of this place haven't been here in a long time.
Look
at this thing, though! It has writing in blood like some cheesy 80s horror prop. Wait, I have an idea.
Why do they have a red paintbrush?
Oh man, that's genius!
What kind of butthead would even take this thing seriously? Maybe we can stick this in Rowan's backpack. That Suarez kid would panic.
That girl sounds like Hannah Wright.
Guys?
And then the ghost appeared.
And I join for a selfie?
What? Spit it out! Behind you!
Around the corner of the stairs. Whoa! Okay. Wow. It was hard to consider paying attention to it. My life is on the line. But when the ghost doesn't move and teenagers mocking shouts for help me filled the cell, I just had to watch. And what I had seen, students judging by their St. Goretti uniform, they were holding
That letter!
And that thing, the woman, she... what the heck? What? She shapeshifting into that rich woman. Rebecca. What? Well then. This is how it begins, or so to say. Let's do this again from the top. Right. The gentle wind drifted through the wide open windows, muffled laughter as the footsteps fading behind empty hallways and the light kissing this afternoon's sun. Soon there will be a call, a crossing of thresholds into the unknown. Into the unknown. Maybe we're off to some grand adventure. Drop the Irish accent! You're not an Irish character anymore! Or diving into another gripping mystery. One can't really tell. For all I know, a hero might even come sweep me off my feet if I'm lucky.
That's not exactly a bad thing when you think about it.
This is far from one, isn't it? Or everything Tale is, that is. That looks like Sans. And with that, I should save that. I could save it here, perhaps. Same flock of birds. I think I'm hearing the theme tune of the song in the background. Journal, right. New profile. On to Rebecca now. Okay. Oh, so she is Scottish. Right. I thought she was English, but, hey ho, the more you know. Okay then, right. This should be interesting to say the least. I wonder what this story will hold then. Okay, this seems like a particularly long one, actually. Well, let's take a look at Marianne's. Da-da, da-da, da-da. That's 4 da-da-da-da-da. And da, da-da, 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 da-da. That's 11 da-das long. You are da-da, 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 da-da. Right. Okay, Rebecca seems like a particularly long one. Right, so da-da, 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 da-da. Right. Okay. We have Rebecca, then we have Ashton, and then we finish off with Luke. Right. And with that, I think we should end this episode here. This has been the longest one thus far, just to get on with it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, as always. We're ever so close to solving the mystery. There are more questions being raised. And more creepy stuff happening. And, stuff is happening so far. That is creepy. And that is even more so. What were they doing? I thought the letter already existed prior to that happening. Yeesh. This is one creepy game. This is definitely a creepy game. Yeah. This goat just The goat? No. No. This ghost just keeps haunting us. Oh man. I wonder how this is gonna end. Just keep wondering how this is all gonna conclude. To quote Han Solo, got a bad feeling about this. So anyway, thank you guys so much once again for watching me play the letter. And if there's anything that you enjoy about the series so far, let me know in the comments down below. For those of you new to this channel, feel free to watch the rest of the letter series. And there will be more letter content very soon. In the meantime, we have completed... Yes, we have indeed completed Marianne's story, and now we're moving on to Rebecca's story. So in the meantime, cue the music, I guess. I don't know, I'm gonna make this interesting. Who wrote that letter anyway? ScotsMaiar signing out. I'm just gonna rock away.